Hello. All right. I think just to preface, this is mostly going to be like a work stream where I'm essentially just going to be doing a bunch of paperwork on the side, and then also vaguely talking every once in a while. So should be fine. Oh, your car's okay. It's just parking. Parking situation is just not great, and dealing with that kind of sucks. And I don't want to deal with getting towed right now of all times, and I'm stressed out about it. I think I'm just generally stressed about a lot of things right now, so you can imagine how things are. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, if someone asks me to do something right now, though, it'll be fine. But, you know, are you getting sick too? Your voice sounds different? No, just because I'm tired, and two, I'm like eating my mic right now. So, you can imagine. Obviously, it does sound like a little different. Wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly. Listen, I'm telling you, man, that shit's fire. Wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly. What? That was a client training? That was fine. It was honestly alright. They're definitely, you know, they're starting out. So I think it's nice to know that I'm putting people, like, not quote unquote like on the right path, but like, you know, giving them a good first direction to go off of, you know. Gym session good? Not really. My gym session was not great though. So I think I'm like just generally speaking, like pretty tired right now. And I think that's kind of why I think just in general I'm a little tired. Might fall asleep to the stream? Okay, cool, man. Can you explain your parking situation, please? I'm a bit confused why you would get a toll. TLDR. We only have like one extra parking spot for our place, basically. 2 people in the garage, and then we have 1 person who can park outside. Otherwise, you will get, you know, you'll get like parking warnings. For a long time, generally, it used to not be like a digital registration, and you could just have like a tag. And then they changed it to where you have to have your license plate registered. And essentially, because technically speaking, I don't have to commute versus someone who actually has to like go to work and come home. Like, that's different, right? So we give him the parking spot basically. And because of that, I have to repark my car on the street. Otherwise I will get a warning. We both fucked up where we have both basically left our cars out and gotten like tons of warnings already. So if we were to get one more warning, they would tow our car, and both of us would either of us would basically have our car towed. So we were just like, all right, shit. So every day at 10 p.m. I always repark my car out in the street. But for some reason, there's like some sort of event going on that is taking up all the street parking right now. So it's basically there's literally 0 parking on the street right now, and I can't park anywhere else. So I had to switch the car out from one of the people who's parking the garage, switch that car, have them park outside for the night. I park in the garage. They'll probably like get hit with like 1 warning most likely, but I mean 1 warning is fine, right? As long as you just don't get towed, because it's 3. So it's really fucking annoying. So anytime there's like an event, it is fucked. So it's super tedious. It's super annoying. I deal with it every day. You can imagine how annoying it gets like over time, you know. Do they pay extra to have parking space? No, it's more like we just have like 1 guest parking, right? And we use the guest parking as like, oh, we can have 1 person park outside. So it's not even like an actual parking spot. It's more like the HOA is like, you get 1 extra parking, quote unquote. So yeah, it's annoying, but what can you do? You just got to deal with it, you know? It's a hassle. Yeah, it's always a hassle, but, you know, you can't just live with it. Is this my sign to not get my license? No, get your license. I don't play with that shit, man. Get your license because your life gets infinitely harder the longer you wait to do it. It's less about dealing with shit like this, but it's having your license is the bigger thing. The longer that you have your license, the lower your insurance rates are going to be over time, right? Say, for example, you get your license super late in your life, your insurance rates out the gate are going to be super expensive and they will not go down after a while. And it's also sucks entirely because now you're going to have to pay a premium on what your insurance rate would be if you got your driver's license as early as possible, right? I will not, I mean, I guess this is something that I'm just going to bestow upon you in like a variety of different like life advice things. Get your license early, build credit as early as possible if you can, pay off your shit on time in full every month. I've never held a balance for the most part. Actually, no, I've not even for the most part. I've just never held like an extra credit card balance. Don't do that. Live below your means and understand what matters to you, and that's it. He's just our dad. I'm not your dad. I'm just a guy on the internet who happens to like doing things good. Why not rotate who gets the garage and guest space so you don't always have to deal with moving your car? I don't pay extra rent. Like think about it this way. It's like some people will pay for the parking spot. I don't. Right? So I just have to deal with it. Dad energy? Eh. I low-key don't use my license ever, just walk or something, and that's fine, but the more important part is having your license and having like an ID basically. Do you recommend the snowball effect or any other tips to pay off credit card debt? So optimally, I recommend avalanche. So paying off anything with the highest interest rates. That way you technically are paying less over time on your principal balance versus the snowball effect, which is fine, but like whatever works, right? You'll either pay off your from increasing amounts. So you'll pay off your, like if you owe $30 and you owe $50, you'll pay the $30 off first. That's fine. As long as it incentivizes you to understand like, hey, paying off the $50 one is going to feel good for the fact that you did do it. You know what I mean? So whatever works. There's no, like, I will recommend either, but the more important thing to to acknowledge when discussing quote unquote repayment strategy or dealing with money is having a plan, right? I think above all else is understanding like you can do by any means necessary, so to speak, but more importantly, as long as you have a plan and you are taking it seriously, you know what I mean? Like the important thing at the end of the day is that you genuinely understand like the impact and how important this is to, you know, this is your life. This will affect your life, right? So you just need to understand like what's important, how do I deal with it, and what are you doing day by day to kind of deal with it. So opinions on investing. I'll tell you the bare bones. I don't really do anything crazy. Have a basic ass retirement account. Don't go crazy. And if you really don't know what you're doing, just put it into like a target date fund when like whatever year you're going to retire or you think you're going to retire, you set it towards that. For example, like you just do like, oh, target date fund for 2065. If you're going to retire at 65, then you will put it in that target date. Okay, there we go. There we go. No, it's just sometimes I forget like the router we have has it set to auto update every once in a while, like dead hours, quote unquote, but also forgets that like I am awake at dog shit o'clock all the time. So You died for a second. Okay, I know. I'm aware. Who's the one who has to stream? I know. So yeah, I don't usually, like, as much as it is that I don't know. There are moments where I'm patient with this kind of stuff, but just know, like, hey, you know, I get it, you know? I see it, I already know. Don't play with me. Anyway. Okay, I gotta take care of stuff real quick. Hold up. Driving tutorial stream when? I don't even know. I'll tell you right now, I'm dog shit like driving video games, that's for sure. Clark, is getting a license a general suggestion or just an America thing? I would say more of like an American thing specifically. I don't really know how incredibly important it is for non-Americans, but I will tell you for Americans, it's extremely important. If you happen to see yourself or foresee yourself in the future staying in America, and you know, it more importantly, you know, like long term, right? If you're going to be in America, you want to have a way, or rather you want to ensure that your cost of living is going to go down over time. And if you're planning on driving or owning a car or anything like that, right? You need to keep your insurance rates down, or you need to be able to, like, your car needs to cost less over time. And that's not realistic, but you know. So yeah, and then within 19 months, honestly, if you live in a country where public transport is fine, then not really. Well, no, I would still say get your license regardless. It's less about, like, you can have public transit, that's fine. But more importantly, you still need, like, at least a driver's license as a means of, like, identification more than anything. Right? Unless you guys have, like, government issued, like, state IDs or country IDs, you know what I mean? But having some form of identification and also being able to, you know, legally drive in the event that you have to. You know what I mean? Some states are not walkable, unfortunately. Yeah, like some states just generally are not, or even even a lot of cities right now aren't necessarily super walkable either. You know, even in certain cities within the U.S., like New York or L.A., you can get by without a driver's license, but having a license/real ID is good. I think having a real ID is fine. I personally don't have a real ID, ironically enough. I am supposed to get that renewed. Technically, my license doesn't expire for like another 2 years, but I was thinking about getting renewed anyway because I was gonna leave. So, but also keep in mind, I have my passport card usually. New Claude lore? Okay, that's not really new, quote unquote. I think people tend to forget that I drive like every day. Like I commute to the gym, I'm there twice a day. Like I drive pretty much every day. Like on rare occasion I don't, but, and even then, like I drive maybe like 6-7 hours every month. Like I will take a 6-7 hour trip twice a month, essentially. So you can imagine, I drive a lot. What's the point of real ID when you have driver's license and a passport card? Honestly, not like a super important one. But it's like, if, for example, like I don't want to carry, like, for example, if I want to fly domestically, but I don't want to bring my passport, you know what I mean? It's better that I just have my real ID coupled with my driver's license at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the kind of the more important part, essentially. Because I also don't want to have to carry around my passport like all the time. Do you plan to drive in Japan? Not really, actually. I thought about it a lot, but I was realizing. So the thing is, it's just the price of owning a car in general, and even the thought of like potentially leasing a car just doesn't vibe with me. And I also don't even know if that's a thing in Japan, or like to lease a car in Japan. And even then, I just don't see myself doing it. Like the realistic cost of driving in a place that has what I would say is very like very good public transportation, there's just no reason for me to do it, right? Will you be biking driven? I do want to bike. There is one I do want to do the Yoa pedal route, and I really want to do like the Hakonai Mountain at least once. That's kind of one of my goals. Living the dream, exactly. Is it okay to ask what your meal plan / diet looks like? Here, let me pull up my. For reference, I track all my stuff on Macro Factor. I have my daily because I'm on a cut. My daily intake is about 1,300 calories. My protein goal is 152. Fats are 45 grams. My carbs are 83. And that's just for that. Those are my macros. In terms of like food, it's just chicken, a little bit of rice. I have like prepped like maybe like a week's worth of broccoli essentially. That's just something to work with. So yeah. What's your weight? I won't tell that one. That's a little, that now we're getting a little too personal. How do you keep energy up? So some days it'll shift. Like some days you all have like 1,300. Some days I'll do. Think of it this way. Like some days I'll have like 1,000. Some days I'll have like 16 instead. Or sometimes I'll have like 1,000 versus like a day that has like 18 maybe. Specifically on days that I'm doing like heavier workloads, or if I'm doing legs. So on Tuesdays and like Saturdays, like today, I would be doing legs or lower body, right? So those are typically days where I'm going to need more calories. So I'll increase it just a little bit more. Any body fat percentage targets? I would say like I want to try and hit roughly around 10%, maybe even less, but I don't even think I wouldn't be willing to go too ham on it, to be honest. You try any new protein flavors? Not really. Brown rice, yay or nay? I think no, I don't really care too much to like find like, oh, one is like better than the other or anything like that. Like if it's good, it's good. What's your opinion on drinking coffee regularly? I don't know too much. I mean, I think if it's your thing or if you like coffee and it gets you through the day, that's fine. I personally am not too crazy about it. But, you know, I'll like wean off the caffeine every once in a while. That's pretty much how I'll do it. Can you give advice on how to calculate calorie input? I'm not a nutritionist, and nor am I really that good at doing it. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I couldn't. I wish I could give you advice on that, but I really don't know too much. I work with a person, or rather a friend of mine, who kind of helps me out with that. Do you think a standing desk is worth a buy for people who stand a lot of the time working at their desk? I don't think you have to have it personally. It's a nice to have, but it's not a necessity, if that makes sense. And I will stress that in a way. It is like, you need to remember, some things are a nice to have, but by no means are some things necessities, right? I drink too many energy drinks to keep energized. My family low-key hate it since I'm still young. Giggles. Okay. I, for one, am with your family on this one. I don't think it's a great idea to consistently be drinking energy drinks, especially when you're younger. Not to say that it's 100% bad for you. I mean, sure, you can, if you want the energy, that's fine. But understand, you build a very heavy reliance on these energy drinks to get you through your day early on, right? And on top of that, you become attuned to either getting headaches, or from caffeine headaches to upset stomachs to just having low energy when you're not drinking it, right? Similarly, as time goes on, you're going to lose out on a lot of the effects of being able to drink caffeine, right? It becomes a point where one energy drink isn't enough. You might need 2. You might need 3. And it's not great. So the way that I see it is, if you need it, maybe once or twice, or maybe if you're pulling an all-nighter, if you have something important that you need to be at and you need to be locked in, that's fine. But understand that those do impact your health in a way that it will come back to bite you later. Okay? And that's why I'm telling you, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But I will say, like, if you can, I would lean off of it a little bit and just recognize, hey, I can have this. Just don't go too crazy about it, okay? Would you suggest all-nighters when not able to study during the day, still going to school regularly? Personally, I would say I stopped caring about all-nighters. I think all-nighters, in my mind, unless you have to. I mean, more so, I mean, keep in mind, like, I was in STEM, so I feel like it was kind of justified to a certain extent. But I mean, in general, if you have the chance, I would say just study during the day if you can, right? Block out more time for yourself to, be present during the day to study during your day. Hi, Claude, are you still going to PT license? I got my PT license. I am a certified personal trainer now. So I'm now able to train. I pulled an all-nighter. I pulled a work all-nighter at the big age of 30, and it was ass. Would not recommend. Yeah, exactly. Right, and I'm gonna say this right now. It's not like, I mean, it's something that's gonna be inevitable sometimes, right? But the way that I view it is that realistically, you'd want to block out your day so you can study more during the day and during like more productive hours, right? And realistically, be honest with yourself, right? I think there's a lot of people, and more often there's a lot of people who will typically say, oh, I'm more of a night person, or oh, I just do better when I'm by myself or at home, or the blah blah blah. But let's be completely honest, right? When we say this, it's more so because we now have too much freedom to just fuck around and do literally anything else rather than do the work that we're supposed to. And for me personally, like I had moments of like this, especially when I was a lot younger, where I really wasn't lying to anyone but myself. I was spending a lot more time just fucking around than I was actually studying, and kind of telling others like, oh, I'm just better at this X, Y, and Z. Like it's important to be honest about it and realize like, hey, nah, I really do need to try and have an environment and give myself an optimal space to study in a way that works for me, but at the same time is productive, right? So I can understand, you might work better at some points in time, but also recognize, like, are you truly getting the work done when you are working at those hours? So yeah. So you basically have a second job again, sir. Ironically enough, I'm doing like a bunch of commission work right now, simply to basically recoup some moving funds right now. And ironically enough, now that right now I'm in the process of booking a flight right now, and also trying to find temporary housing for a little bit. So you can imagine, I am like, I have to pull up and do a lot of extra work right now. And on top of that, also just fill out like a bunch of stuff. So that's kind of why, one, this is a work stream, and two, more so talking about just like being an adult life, I guess. which is why it's like, you know, I don't know, man. I think part of me is like, this is just one of those late night things. I get that I'm not nearly as like quote unquote fun right now, or if I'm not like, you know, super mega haha funny. But I think it's one of those moments where I do, and this is, I mean, I guess this is more so like similar to what it would be like in membership, but you know, I feel like for me, I like the idea of, hey, if we're all on the same page, or if we're trying to get ourselves on track to be responsible adults, I think that's the best part. And I mean, the other thing being is like, I also don't want to harp on anyone and be like, oh yeah, meh, 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 meh. Right? I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I'm not constantly here to like, I shouldn't always have to be the one to keep you in check. You know what I mean? And I guess more so like, I'm just willing to give you the reminder of like, hey, let's be reasonable, right? And similarly, that's kind of the vibe sometimes where I'm just like, you know, the way that I see it is, moreover, this place can be fun. We can be fun. But it's also, you know, let's keep it civil. Let's keep it nice. Let's keep it easy for everybody. So sometimes people want to be freaky. Some people don't want to be freaky. And let's keep it in a way that like everybody can enjoy it. Right? It's kind of why I don't typically, even like, I feel like earlier in stream, and I guess this is like meta commentary, so to speak. Right? You guys might be wondering why, like, Sophia from Date Everything is a very, you know, very implicitly, like, BDSM type situation. You know what I mean? Now, I could engage with it in a way that is like, oh my god, freaky, versus the way that I did, where it's like, you know, I am very aloof to these types of things. And if anything, that's just generally how I am. I'm never one to really engage with it in a way that I think feels strange to me, right? So I just have fun with it. And I feel like that, for me personally, is what I'm more comfortable with. And that is kind of how I want to dictate myself. And if that's just the way the vibe it is, that's the vibe it is. So I hope that makes sense. And I generally speaking, like, I don't engage with a lot of like, you know, I don't like to be super raunchy sometimes. I may be loud and I may have a sailor's mouth, but at the same time, it's like I have my own set of like core beliefs and like where I stand on a lot of things. And I'd like to keep it to where it's open to anybody and everybody, whether it be someone who is cool with that or someone who's not, you know? Sock, thank you for 11 months. Couldn't make it to the Day Everything stream because of work, but I can't wait to watch the VOD later when I have time. Yeah. Also, Lynn, thank you for the soup. Helping with the moving funds for Clash. Thank you. Thank you for the healthy reminders. I appreciate. Thank you. Emmy Rang, thank you for the 5 months. Somebody, thank you for the 12 months. Crystal, thank you for the 7 months. Vidal, thank you for the soup as well. You know what makes everything better? A matcha latte? I can agree, though. I can get behind that one. Yes, thank you for the 19 months. And Rain, thank you for the member. I love how the Date Everything was a game of guess who the VA was. I mean, honestly, that's kind of the way that I viewed it initially going into it. Because to me, that's kind of what it felt in my eyes. You know what I mean? It really did feel like a celebration of a lot of the actors in the industry coming together to work on a really big project like that. And, you know, to be spearheaded by people like Robbie Daymond and Ray Chase, you know, it's still like a phenomenal thing in my eyes to even come together, right? And that's kind of why I really, to some, it was more of, oh my god, it's another dating game. But for me, it was very much so these are all people who I've looked up to for years. These are people who I've watched grow their career over a long, long period of time. These are people who I've seen such phenomenal performances in a multitude of different games and anime and movies and stuff like that, to where I, you know, have a very deep respect for the stuff that they do. And to see them work on a thing that just felt so fun that's kind of why, that's my main motivation for playing the game, right? I do love dating sims, and I do love visual novels and stuff like that, but this is what it felt like for me coming into, you know, into Date Everything. Do you know Johnny Young Bosch does live action martial arts movies? Yes. I also know when he was still doing Power Rangers. Would you consider voice acting full time? Your voice fits in so many roles perfectly. I'll tell you this right now, and this is more so as a, you know, as someone who's tried in the past, and I've only really been in like very minor things for a long time. And on top of that, you know, being in other related projects, but it's something that is extremely hard to keep up with, and it's something that you have to dedicate yourself to being extremely consistent in. And for me personally right now, if I had the opportunity, I would love to jump on it. I'd love to be able to do more, and I'd love to be able to audition for more, but it's just not within the playing cards right now. Maybe in the future, maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, maybe after my time here as a streamer, maybe if I get the opportunity while I'm a streamer, whatever it might be, right? Right now, the thing being is that I'm still in a period where I need a lot more stability in my life where I can feel comfortable to do that, right? And even more so, I feel like I lack a lot of skills that I think a lot of other actors in the industry do such an incredible, you know, they do it much, much better than I ever could. And I don't think I'd ever be able to stack up against them until I have the opportunity to practice and put in more work to be able to do that. Right? So that's the way that I view it. And even then, I don't think, and moreover, I don't think I have like, here's the thing, right? Similarly, I can always quote unquote have the voice, so to speak, but the voice doesn't mean anything if I can't act, if I can't, you know, improvise, if I can't work on certain inflections, if I can't do certain things, right? There's a lot of different aspects to it that I simply don't have enough exposure or don't have enough experience in to have built up those skills to a point where I can quote unquote compete within the industry. It's incredibly difficult. So you can imagine. I think VPs give you that outlet at least to practice on it. No, that is exactly why it is. You know what I mean? Like the way, that's kind of how I've always approached doing voice packs. Voice packs have just been a means of which for me to do something voice acting related, or to, you know, to work on delivery and to work on script reads and stuff like that. And that's kind of why, like, me being where I am, where I can do the things that I like to think that I'm okay at, and also do something at a place where I really like being, i.e. NIJISANJI, streaming, voice acting, right? It's a bit of a combination of all the things that I think are what I've wanted to do and what I like doing. So, yeah. Would you like feedbacks on VPs even though we're not professionals? I mean, there's the fucking voice pack tag that's on Twitter. Like, I check it every once in a while. I mean, I think the thing is like, it's hard to necessarily give constructive feedback, or rather without it sounding weird over Twitter. You know what I mean? So that's where it's like, it can get a little awkward. But, you know, if you want to talk about the voice pack, then it's there, you know? Do you have any goals, such targets you want to accomplish while living in JP? I do want to be able to, you know, just do a lot of fun things. I also want to learn how to dance. I've talked to Marilyn about this, but I really want to, when I'm there, potentially like just take like a dance class and like do that like weekly or something. I don't know. The way that I see it, I kind of want to take going to JP or Japan as like an opportunity to kind of pursue like all the things entertainment wise that I didn't do in America, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like I want to learn how to dance. I want to learn how to I want to work with more vocal coaches, ironically enough, or just a vocal coach for once in my life. I want to be able to do like more stuff within recording studios. I want to do stuff, you know, in 3D. I just want to do a lot of different stuff, you know, because the opportunity is there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what my main goal is. I want to just have fun and be able to pursue pretty much anything and everything, all while still, you know, still being able to play video games, still be able to stream, and to still do stuff like fun stuff, you know? Oh, by the way, thanks for explaining the Green Goblin thing in an early stream. I might try a VP at some point. Not sure it's my thing, but I do like your voice. Thank you. I would say if VPs aren't your thing, that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's reasonable to, like, if VPs aren't your thing, they're not your thing. That's okay. Right? Like, I'd say, like, if you still want to do anything, like, just show up to a stream. That's fine. If you show up to a stream, awesome. If you remember, awesome. Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with not being super into VPs. So I won't like, I guess that's the other thing. Like I won't like pressure anybody into like, oh, you have to do it. You know what I mean? I'll do it in jest and for fun, but I would never want someone to feel super uncomfortable by it, so to speak. Liana, thank you for the 5 months. Would you do voice acting streams from our prompts? I've thought about it, and I mentioned it in a very early on in the first year, but it was kind of a feel like I never truly came to it where I felt comfortable, so to speak. I did. It was always on the back burner though, and in the back of my mind where I'm like, I do want to do this, but I myself am not up for it yet, because I just don't feel like I can yet. Finn, thank you for the 12 months. Would you join in the next Ian Prov if they're doing another one? I'd like to join in next time. I feel like I obviously just really, personally, I felt like I dropped the ball. I think I definitely could have worked a little bit better with Sable at the time. There was just nothing that came to mind, and I think I really fumbled that. I'll say that much. But you know, like I would love to do it again. Like I think I'd want to give it more of myself next time around. Jin, thank you for the 16 months. Kai, thank you for gifting the 5. Cucumber, thank you for the 2 months. And Jasmine, thank you for the 15. Going first was tough. Yeah, I think that was like one thing. I was not ready to go first. I was not ready to go first. But I mean, at least to like come up with something, you know. Clarity thing with the 2 months. Who would you like to do with, or whoever's okay? I think I'd just do it with anybody. But I think I would obviously want to be a little more like, I really want to get more into it, so to speak. You all think of the 16 months, Kobe think of this 8 months. Misaki, think of the 14 months. So there's a chance to improve, but your energy was there. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think my energy was quite there during the improv night. I think unfortunately, like, I won't get too into the details regarding like about the events surrounding improv night. But I will say, like, for the past like couple months, I've been extremely exhausted. On top of, you know, being sick during Japan, and on top of even before that, preparing to go to Japan. I think, and I guess I'll clarify this more so in the membership post. For those who don't really know, I mean, ever since like April, May, I've been on quote unquote, like on a bit of like a creative hiatus, so to speak. So after hitting Immortal with Leo, it's been more so that I've really taken a backseat with doing, or rather committing a lot of time to stream versus like doing a lot of like background admin work and like logistic stuff and planning and stuff like that. You think for the 2 months. And on top of that, like, you know, having to plan the move, having to plan all these different things, having to apply for different things, you know, it's kind of just been like that, where the last like 3 months basically have been my quote unquote like break. Although it's still just been a very like slow drain on me, so to speak. Could it be a burnout? Not necessarily burnout, but I will say it's just like lots of tedious work that I'm having to take care of. But thankfully, I have done so. I've reached one of the goals that mattered to me, which was hit Immortal with Leo, right? And we did that. That's one thing off my plate, and honestly, we're probably gonna try and hit it again later down the line. But you know, it was just a lot of pushing myself to kind of be present for a lot of things. I don't know. I've talked about it with Mane-san too recently, and ironically enough, Mane-san also was like, I think one thing that really struck a chord with me recently was Mane-san telling me, how do I explain this? I think I was just really frustrated recently, and I was talking about a lot of it with Mane-san, but basically they were like, you need to sing more. And one of the big things that she always uses like as like an example was when people saw the music festival. So last year's music festival, Kaiosai, it was basically a lot of comments being like, hey, cool, like people essentially just don't know who I am, so to speak, to a certain extent, you know, and only realizing like, oh cool, oh, this guy does sing, cool, who is he, blah blah blah, you know. And it's been a frustrating part, you know, to where it was like, how do I explain this other than like, it was basically Mane-san saying, you still have yet to show off your talents in a way that gets you recognized, so to speak. Like, you can spend all this time streaming and doing a lot of background work and doing X, Y, and Z, but you still have yet to do the like some of the things that you set out to accomplish. And I will preface by saying it sounds harsh, kind of, but the way that I've always seen what Mane-san tells me is and always will be a simple, just wanting the best for you, right? I will always stomach whatever it might be, because honestly, it is at the end of the day, Mane-san is just looking out for me, and I deeply appreciate that more than anything, right? I care about, you know, what they have to tell me sometimes, and it really has helped me get through a lot of things. So, you know, I'm by no means like I've dealt with a lot of criticism, you know what I mean? It's nothing new. And more than anything, if it's someone that I'm working with, I kind of understand like that separation of like personal and like professional. It is helpful to be reminded, yeah. Mane-san looks out for you. I know. you guys have no idea how much I deeply like appreciate everything that they do for me, because it's like they seriously have been like balls to the wall, like working extremely hard lately, and it's something that I am always incredibly thankful for. I'm here for Eric Claude. Almost forgot my daily pay. Thank you for the Akazupa. Same can be applied to your other content too. You can have really funny moments on stream, but without an outlet like official clips on your channel, it's hard for non-fans to discover you. That's kind of true. Call blazing in the 2 months. Medicine's a goat. True. Astra, life always brings different challenges at different times. Proper mental adjustment helps you go further. Just stick to your own pace. You got this, man. I think I want to get out of my comfort zone recently, more than anything. And I think that's kind of that's the thought process behind, like, yeah, now I'm just gonna fucking, like, I mean, I now have like what, like 10 mini chorus song things, or 10 like chorus covers, quote unquote, that I've just been sitting on, and now I'm just like, you know what, I might as well just clean these up and just release them, because it's like, it's there, you know, it's done. So 10, whoa. So I work on, ironically enough, the one thing I don't tell you guys about is I practice mixing whenever I can in secret. I basically do like a bunch of recordings in private, and or whether that be for different projects, but I also always make note of like trying to do small stuff. So like small chorus chorus covers basically, in order for me to always have like the muscle, quote unquote, or if my ears are still good enough to mix something good enough, you know. So they've been sitting on the back burner, and it's more like, think about it this way, right? It's the importance of always practicing the craft that I do, and whether I post it or whether I don't is more so for me, right? If I can do it consistently and feel comfortable at a point where I finally can, then maybe there will come the day that I can just say fuck it, and it will just magically pump out more, and I don't need to worry about it, you know. And it's a frustrating thing, because it is infinitely harder for me to also, you know, I always tell people like, hey, there's nothing wrong with posting progress. There's nothing wrong with, if you may feel not, you know, you may not feel like it's your best work, but I think it's perfectly fine to post it. But to follow it myself is something that's extremely difficult all the more, right? And that's why I just practice in private. I do a lot of stuff in private because it's still a very personal hobby and skill that I've had for a long time, you know. To me, it's something that's rooted in insecurity. To me, it's something that I've wanted to work hard to get over for a long time. It's something that is rooted in an aspect of myself that I'm not proud of. So that's where the difficulty comes from. Yeah. You also have the no clipping rule with your singing, so non-fans definitely haven't had the chance to discover your singing yet. That's true. I guess I you know, honestly, I've thought about it, and there's the part of me that is unsure whether or not I do want to change that at some point in time. But you know, I've always, it is still something that I'm not fully there yet, you know. Being a perfectionist is such a snake biting its own tail. Yeah. Yeah. It's a tiring thing. I'll tell you that much. Do you mind sharing what you use for mixing practice? If I like a song, I'll just sing the song. That's it. If I like the song, I'll try to sing the song, and then I'll try to mix it and make it sound okay, you know, and I'll probably spend like a couple hours doing that for fun. And then, you know, at some point in time, it'll just have like a quote unquote, like, does this sound good? And now more so, now I just bombard my sound with, does this sound good? Please tell me it sounds good. Maybe even just talking about it more as a combo topic will give people the impression that you like music, because my download was made just from your Twitter space. Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe you can ask Claude to clip parts of your covers that you like from karaoke. No, I don't think I'll ever do that one. I don't even, honestly, it's so fun. Okay, actually, this is the funniest part. My brother also used to hate anime, by the way. He used to never be super into it. And when I came home recently, oh my God, that kid, I walked into that room and that kid was binge watching the original season of Bleach. And I was like, no way. And it was like that scene from SpongeBob is like, you like Krabby Patties, huh, Squidward? And I've never felt so vindicated in my life. That shit was too funny, man. If I get a DM from him right now, I swear to God. He better not be watching right now. I'll kill him. Will you ever play clarinet for us? Not right now. I've been thinking about getting, like, replacing it. So for reference, for all you band nerds, God. So I used to play clarinet for about 7 years. I own a Buffet R13 Prestige. It's basically like a fucking crazy expensive clarinet. I'm gonna be real, I don't need something that expensive. If anything, at some point in time in the future, I'd love to like just own a regular ass R13. But I was actually gonna be selling it back to one of my old clarinet coaches, just because I'm like, I don't need something this expensive. I'd love to have something, or like a cheaper, like probably like one of the cheaper Yamaha ones. I had one like as well, just as like a hobby one. But you know, I just don't need something that expensive. So it's probably gonna be like a long time before I decide to kind of do that. Would you recommend more anime besides Bleach to your brother? Probably. So yeah. It's just right now I'm in the process of ironically getting rid of this clarinet. So, you know. I hope Hop Concert will change your mindset, seeing everyone react to your singing live in person. It'll put perspective how everyone truly loves your singing, bro. I am terrified of Hop Concert. I know how much I wanted to do Hop Concert, but now it is incredibly fucking, like, I'm like quaking in my fucking boots, you know? And I think about it more so where it's like, whoa, what the hell, man? Yeah. It's kind of funny, actually. I'm like, whoa, dude. Will you ever release an original song in the future? In the future, when I have the funds and I have the backing and I have the incredible amounts of disposable income to do so, yes, I would love to do another like original song. I don't know who I'd want to work with to do it, but I would want to do one at least, like in the future. You come off as very brave. It's hard to picture you as scared. No, I'm a pussy baby boy. You just don't know that. I'm a pussy baby boy, but I also just do the thing. You know what I mean? I'm deathly afraid of things, but I end up just doing the funny thing anyway, or doing the thing because so here's the thing. One, I'm contractually obligated to. 2, what would people think if I showed up but didn't do the thing? That kind of sucks. 3, I'm already there. Might as well fucking do it. 4, who would I be if it wasn't really funny for the bit? So yeah, I'm not brave. I just say fuck it, we ball and just go. How much for you to go into a haunted attraction alone? I've done it already in the past. It's not that bad. It's like you do it, like I've done it before, simply because it would be really funny if I could talk about this later. You know what I mean? Everything's worth it for the bit? That's what I'm fucking saying, man. It'd be so funny, bruh. Yeah, like, bro, like, we talk about, like, for example, like roller coasters, you know what I mean? It'd be so fucking funny, man. And then we do it. And it's like, light work. Easy peasy, no sweat. Didn't even blink. Exactly. Roller coasters are so funny. It's so funny, man. It's just that. Do you have any fears / phobias you're comfortable sharing? I am extremely afraid of, or I mean, I have incredible amounts of vocal dysmorphia. I only like in the past 4 years, I have very bad body dysmorphia. I'm deathly afraid of my parents having a health scare. Sometimes I'm very afraid of something going really wrong. I mean, I feel like everyone is, and that's very like nondescript. But I don't really want to go too into detail because it gets morbid really fast. The spiraling? Yeah. Nah, but that's why, like, I keep it in check, man. Like, it's important. It's important. Like, I recognize it, but I'm never gonna, like, I don't let it be debilitating. You know what I mean? Bros, human, nodders? Yeah, man. What is something you haven't done but you wanna? I don't know. I'm like thinking about it. Like, what do I want to do? I want to compete again. I want to compete in something. But like, I really want something to like in a tournament or like a league or something like that. I really want to compete with a team or just anything. You know what I mean? Like, I really want some sense of competition again. And like, I want healthy sportsmanship. I want something that drives me to want to win. You know? That's kind of where I'm at. I really want something to strive towards. Physical or esports? Either or. You know what I mean? JP Immortal Grind Trust? Oh, that's already happening. You don't got to worry about that one. That's already on the table. Is Valor Premiere counted? Kind of, honestly. JP Full Party, please play with the goats. Honestly, it'd be kind of fun. 英語わからないからどういう状況かわからないけど、こんにちは。こんにちは。 起きた、こんにちは、おはようございます。Wait. おはよう。こんばんは。I want to win something in esports because apparently it makes you 10 times cooler. Kind of true. Hey, is it true? Is it true? Does being good at video games make me cooler? Hey, question: is it cool that I hey guys? Do you think I'm cool? Very epic. Cool, man. You're so cool, e-gamer unk. That's crazy. More edits. Waiter, more edits, please. Waiter. How high? I'm thinking the 11 months. Also, Miko Ray from earlier, thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate it. G saving the 4 months. Oh my god, really, guys? You think I'm awesome? Awesome. I'm joking, but I mean, good to know. Good to know. Yuki Tempe is in for the 4 months. Also, a good thing with the one gifted earlier. Cool if you don't crash out or laugh like crazy because it's funny. Damn. Have you tried any MOBA game before? I mean, I play League sometimes. We basically got spoon-fed from yesterday's Valor stream. Bro, yesterday's Valor stream was so frustrating, I'm gonna be honest. There were so many fights, I was just losing mid. Oh my god, some of those Ascent games made me so pissed off. Like, I should not be fumbling those 1v1s, and that made me so sad. But I mean, hey, I haven't played in like a month, so can you blame me? It's the rust. It really was. You know, think with 19 months. Me, think with super. You high key just remind me of my uncle. That's also crazy gamer. He introduced me to games too. He's going up in his 30s. What the fuck? Cool. It was the rehab stream. That's fucking crazy. To be fair, the enemies we were playing with were very weird because they're in different elo too. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we're technically still kind of playing as like diamond ascendant people though. Yeah, I don't know, but it is a matter of like getting back into the groove. It's okay. I'm definitely coming back to Valorant though. I think I realized like I do miss playing a lot. I'm feeling the yunk energy. What the fuck? Toki, then 8 months. Yumo, 19 months, by the way. Your teammates as well with Leo are also cooked as fuck. That chamber one, I don't even want to talk about it. That chamber gecko made me so sad, man. That chamber walking down alley on Sunset made me so mad. Dude, where is the urgency? Listen, man, I would have screamed in all chat there. VCT coming back soon. Can't wait to click Clark Poppy to the game soon. Yes. Yes. Too bad you didn't get the new map. Yeah, I still want to play Corrode. You made him so mad that it's still in his mind. Yeah, my fucking short-term memory is still there. I don't know. I still want to go to a VCT like champs at least once. Will I go to 26? I deadass think I will probably sit down and go to like the Chengdu 26 champs. I do really want to go. It was a strat we just aren't smart to understand. Real. Yunk. Yeah, I also had a friend of mine who asked me to go. Ironically enough, they were asking me if I was like, what was it? If I was gonna, ironically enough, to like go to, what is it? It was for, ironically enough, APAC VCT finals, like end of August, like in person. But the problem is that it overlapped exactly on the days that Impulse OC is, so I couldn't go. So I was like, oh. I was so sad because I was like, I deadass would move up my flight dates if I could. I would have gone. Nar, yeah, unfortunate timing, but you know what? There's always next time. There's always next year. I'd love to go next year. All I need is for VCT to come back to Japan, and then I'll go, you know? Have you ever been to China? No. Do I want to go though? Yes. At least once. And then be deathly terrified of speaking any Chinese because I'm bad at Chinese. Ironically though, I did call my mom recently and I was like, should I learn Chinese? And she was like, yeah, you probably should. And I was like, is it like, I feel like I'm late into like my language learning, you know, like, can I? And they were like, you might as well. It's always going to be useful, you know? And I was like, oh yeah. And then she was like, I kind of regret not being stricter with like your grandma and me not being stricter on teaching you. And I was like, you're right. You might as well if you have the time. Yeah, I feel like I should. Do you think I can message Petra and be like, Petra, can you help me learn Chinese again? Whoa. Okay. Holy fuck. June thinking of the member, Vidal thinking of the Supa, Yol thinking of the member, Vom thinking gifting the one, Yamakuba thinking of gifting the 50. What the fuck? Chinese learning stream? Bro, it'd be kind of fun. I do want to learn. Like, I feel like I should sit down and properly learn though. Like, it's been on my mind, like, or like in the back of my mind for a long time. I really should though. Yeah. But also, like, it's similarly, like, there's been a lot of, what is it? I don't know. I think there's a number of, like, Chinese fans I still want to, like, I want to engage with you guys as well. I feel really bad that I cannot engage, because to a certain extent, I can kind of engage with JP fans, right? But at the same time, like, Chinese fans, I am, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do half the time, because I can barely speak, but, like, I know what you're saying. Kind of. So I'm just like, yeah. Or, like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. So it's one of those moments. You know what I mean? I want to learn my mother tongue, but my parents make fun of my accent when I speak. Pfft, I mean, me too. Duolingo may help. No, I'm good. I don't want to use Duolingo. I'm a very like textbook guy, to be honest. I don't like apps. I only use apps for like flashcards. Would you try Cantonese? Yeah, at some point, I think. It's okay. I learn English from you. We'll anticipate your learning process. I am probably the last person you want to learn English from. I need testimonials from like ESL speaker, or like ESL viewers. I am probably not the best person to learn English from. I will tell you that much. I don't think I am the most ideal to learn from in that department. I learned ballers from you. You're the best at learning slang. I don't know if that's a good thing either. You speak fast and colloquial. Yeah. Claude yeah moment. God damn it. Yeah, you got gamer boy English. Lamau, focus on slang. Okay, what do you want from me? Oh my god. You and Uki taught me English mostly. I used to only speak Tagalog and French. What? Okay, why? Wait, Tagalog and French? Well, as English not my first language, your terminologies are not for daily use. I tell my mom we ball, by the way. You know, I taught my mom how to dab me up. Fun fact, I taught my mom to dab me up one time. And now she does it all the time. Learn English from Clark if you want to fit in with all the ABBs at Seaside Bakery. Okay, that's fucked up, first of all. You are fucked for that one. That's diabolical. Sometimes you go full American and it's just references I don't get, but I wait it out. Thank you. I appreciate the patience. Thanks, Claude. I now have 5 rave bays and 10 labubus. Damn, I didn't know you had that type of capital. Fun fact, bro, labubus are like $60, dude. It's kind of crazy. I've never, like, I'm actually so kind of like baffled by how much they cost, man. Bro, I went to like a, what was it? I don't remember. I think it was like a Gongcha or something. And they were selling like $50 labubu. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like there was one that was like the Coca-Cola labubu and it's like $50. And I'm like, Jesus. 24 karat gold. This right here is a 24 karat gold labubu. Labubu. I can't get over the way she fucking says it, man. Yeah, Skull Panthers is way better. Jesus. And you know, people will pay crazy money for it too. I'm kind of impressed that they have the staying power that they do right now, to be honest. Will I get a labubu? No, sorry. Will I get a labubu when you can get a Niji Pape? Also true. Hey, puppies I think are eternal. I think it's important that everybody says labubu, labubu. Because I think she's funny as fuck. When my lord did it, I cackled in class. I think the way that he says it is also really fucking funny. True, Karomi on top. Bro. My friend making fun of my entire wall of papes and Nuis only to do the same shit with labubus. I think if anybody flames someone for papes and then buys a labubu, they are now required to pay a tax on that. I hate to say it. Like, you cannot shame someone for having a hobby and then proceeding to do the exact same thing. We do not tolerate this level of hypocrisy in our household. You know what I'm saying? You gotta clap back. It's the only way. It's the law of equivalent exchange. Do you have any Sanrio bias? I'm gonna be so honest. I think I fell for the Palm Pudding propaganda. I love cinnamon roll still, but I think I've fallen for the propaganda. You know what I mean? Oh, you one of those kind of girls? What the fuck are you trying to say to me? Not the pudding again. Why everyone around me love that baby? We're all brainwashed by the pom pom pudding fandom. What the fuck? I don't know much about Sanrio, to be honest. So you don't expect much from me, okay? Okay. Okay. Sent another form. Hopefully that gets approved in time. Do you fuck with Usagi? I think I'm everyone has been telling me I am just Kurimanju, and honestly, I fuck with it. Because I am also just a drink, like crack open cold one. Also, Kit Kat thing of the member. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody has told me that I'm just Kurimanju because I eat like a motherfucker. So it's like it's Minecraft villager noise. Huh. Have you seen new gen shonen anime, Dandadan and the Kaiju number 8, etc.? Do you fuck with them? I have been a reader for pretty much a long time, so I hate to say it, I don't really watch stuff. I read a lot. So I've basically been caught up nonstop with Kaiju number 8. I've been reading Dandadan like weekly for a long time. You know, I do a lot of, you know, I read more than anything. Consume any Windbreaker? Yeah, like anything that releases weekly on like weekly like Shonen Jump and stuff like that, I'll read. This is totally off topic, but I'm playing Moonsider in class. Just, hey man, if they call you weird, just play your horse game. Who cares? Have you read Gachakuta? Yes. I am like much later in the series, so but what I'm not gonna lie, I am very glad that it is getting like an adaptation though. It does make me happy. Other one I'm reading though is Gokurakugai. That one I've also been reading for a long time. Claude, your tweets are never comprehensible to me. Cool. Anime hot take. I think people complain too much about the big three, quote unquote. I feel like it's pointless. Just read and watch the series that you like. Are you open-minded? Do you leave alone? Have you tried the spicy kimchi? No, because sometimes your tweets straight up be math questions like, what the fuck? I don't know what to tell you on that one, to be honest. Like, yeah, you're kind of right to a certain extent. You gotta tweet an actual math question now? Hold up, I got this. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Sorry, I have to open up my fucking. I'm like my. Ironically enough, the case. So for my TLM, my favorite mic, my best mic, comes in a suitcase, and in that suitcase, I put all my hard drives too. All right. Math. What are we feeling? Ooh, we could do something related to stats, maybe. Or if we want to do, low key, who wants to do proofs? I love inductive proofs, by the way. Okay, that, or we can do differential calculus. All right. So who wants to do a second order Taylor formula, guys? I love calculus. Sorry, you gotta buy my silence. All right, so let's MS Paint. I'm joking. We don't have to actually do this. I love math, guys. Don't worry, I'm joking. BJ, then November. I do need to buy new hard drives though. Actually, this 1 terabyte portable hard drive is. I am running out of space on this thing, so I do need to pick up new hard drives. Well, I'm gonna commit to the bit, bro. I have stuff to do, and I have more important stuff to kind of care about right now. You keep your VODs on the hard drive? No, this is like for old school documents, old music projects. There's some old VODs on this thing. Yeah, like it's more, this is more like just extra storage of like stuff that I need like on the go sometimes. Yeah, don't you have a NAS for old VODs? I have a NAS, but not specifically for old VODs. I have a NAS specifically for like backups on like old system stuff or like important documents. Do you still need the school papers? You never know. Rainy, for 17 months. I'm in Greece at the beach. What the fuck? Cool. Yeah. Eve, thank you for the 18 months. Good luck with work. Wow, I think within 3 months. I got a 2 terabyte SSD for concerts, and I keep gains on them because I can. Yeah, like I do want to get a new like. I'm waiting for Black Friday because SanDisk basically just chops their portable SSDs like in half for like 50% off. So I've thought about picking up a couple. Oh my god, not Laplace transformations. Holy shit, I've not done that in ages. Yeah, I do need new hard drives. I did that last semester. Damn. I did that in like my first math class of college. You a SanDisk girly or a Samsung girly or a Western Digital? Okay. I have a Western Digital SSD for my games. I have a Samsung SSD for all my boot drives, and I'm a SanDisk for all my portable drives. If that tells you enough. I just got a Santa's portable SSD for video editing. I can do more Clark clips. Awesome. Math was a headache. Grabbing the cheapest one I get you. Yeah, it's just like you need something to like. I don't like if it's something that I'm not actively using or if I'm not booting into, then I don't really care what it is. That's why SanDisk, like, it's fine. Have you seen the Coldplay concert incident? Yes, I think it's fucking insane. I think it is absolutely fucking insane. But you know, the concept of we need to sacrifice 1 billionaire every summer. It's just getting crazier and crazier. I don't know what's gonna happen next year. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next couple months, but shit, man, this is getting scary. It's the reaction that sells. I think it's crazy that people are trying to also be like, the person next to them was also the head of something or head of their department. But also it's like the photo that they released of that person was like an entirely different person. And I think it's crazy that they're trying to conflate that too. Like, oh my God, like her gum line is like not even the same. It's actually just insane what they're trying to pull with that one. Like, that's the other thing. You can't do that. You can't just change someone's gum line either. Like, it's like, oh. Don't be a CEO, though? Yeah, I don't know what to say. Gum line them up? No. Like, it's a genuine thing. You know what I mean? Like, that is straight up just an entirely different person. Unrelated thoughts on Wobbly Wiggly. I think Travis Scott has unintentionally released simultaneously the funniest thing, but also the hardest clip of the summer. I'm gonna be so real. Shine is so funny. Like, just as that being a hook, I cannot let it go, man. It's so funny. I wouldn't even call it brain rot, but it's like, dude, it's just so comical, man. I can't escape it even here, Lord, bro. I will never get over that. I still am not over just the one reply that was like, oh my God, you're so online. And I'm just like, do you know who I am? Like, I think about that. And I'm just like, I just saw something. It was just really funny, and I wanted to tweet it. Like, why say fuck me for? I listened to the album finally, and then here I am getting flamed for it. I simply walk away. I'm hungry again, but whatever. I'm sorry. What's Fetty Wap? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just Thank you guys. I knew you guys would know. I knew you guys got me. Who is Trap Queen and where is she held? That is so fucking fuck, I didn't even know that's what was what wait. I didn't even know that's what that was called. Oh, holy fuck, I can't read. Oh my god. Is that the password, bro? 1738. Hey. Some people don't know the lore of 1738. Crazy, bro. When that shit dropped, that was the talk of the town, talk of every. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like, you know, the one song that they would always play in the quad, because it was like Friday fucking, oh, we're gonna blast music during lunchtime, and that was what comes on. Remy boy, yeah. Outlaw required reading. I don't think that's required reading, but bro, that was 10 years ago. What do you mean? I don't say that. Don't stop. did not like that. did not like that. Ooh, that one hurt. Physical damage, mental physical damage. Reality checked. Huh, wow, this is fast. Brokerage fee. Checking. Okay. Sorry, I had to check something. Peanut butter jelly was what? I wouldn't know. I was listening to One Direction. What the fuck? Have you heard of Pop Danthology? I vaguely know of it. I don't remember it too well though. I remember the name. Some of these don't feel real, man. Like these are just words to me. Okay, I gotta fill out forms, guys. I'm filling out forms right now because I got more paperwork to do. Paperwork. Fireflies was 15 years ago. Don't say that. Y'all remember Pop Tropica? Holy shit. I'm going to Shawn Mendes concert. That's crazy enough for me. Damn. I miss when Club Penguin was a still thing. I think there was a video I saw recently that was like about how like there's no kid friendly places on the internet, which I mean, I don't know, man. That's like a weird thing to like think about, because it's like I don't think they're necessarily, well, it's like the half of like, should there really be quote unquote kid friendly places on the internet, but also like, should we be even allowed to let kids on the internet, so to speak? You know what I mean? I feel like there needs to be, I need people to bring back internet safety courses. I think that's the important aspect of it. You know what I mean? I feel like there should be more in place to educate people on internet safety, guys, because I think it's important that we learn to engage in a way that is conducive to healthy consumption, like healthy consumption habits. I think it's bad in the way that, you know, we have now been sucked down the hole of like consistently consume, you know, and I don't think it's a good thing. I really don't think it's a good thing. To find kid friendly, it's crazy stuff kids are exposed to and no one cares. Exactly. That's the thing, right? And it's hard because it's like you need to ask yourself like whether or not what is necessarily like a good level of like moderation to a certain extent, and what is the stature of limitation of like what should be accessible to or rather like should it be limited to like an age range, stuff like that. And I feel like it's too easy to be anonymous and too easy to straight up lie about like, oh, I am like this years old and I like, you know what I mean? It's like, but I do think there has to be a point in time where we need to be willing to educate people on internet safety, and also like even if there is at some point in time early access to, so to speak, I think it's important to also be like, hey, you need to know this before you even consider going on this stuff or using this, because hey, you gotta be safe. You know what I mean? I don't know. Internet safety is important. I think people should be a little. What's the right word? I feel like I want people to care about it more, because I think it's important. I hate that people are normalizing kids having social media. I still believe, you know how like it's like, oh, you're not supposed to have a Facebook until you're like 13 or like 16 or something. I think that rule should still be in place. If anything, I think that should be enforced more than anything. You know what I mean? I don't think you should be allowed on a social media platform until you're like 16, 17. You know what I mean? I hate to say it. If you're in middle school, you should not be using it. If I'm being so for real. If you're like 15, bro, just get people's phone numbers. You know what I mean? Just get phone numbers. It's so much easier. I don't like it. Your phone is so good at doing its job now more than ever. A phone number, I think, is infinitely more valuable than a fucking Facebook account or like a random ass group chat on like a random platform. You know what I mean? I think it's so much better to just have a better means of contact with people. If you're 15, then get their school emails. I agree. It's also the lack of netiquette people have. And that's why I'm saying we should bring back netiquette classes. We should be telling people how to engage on the internet in a good and conducive way so that everyone has a good time and you don't be a fucking asshole on the internet. Preach, Young. Do you hate me? Sure. Okay. Would you count YouTube though? Like people can comment and all, so it is like the same as Facebook or Instagram. If anything, might be worse in some way. No, okay. So the thing is YouTube is not necessarily like a social media platform though. You know what I mean? Because comment sections I think are more specific and catered to content that you are engaging with on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like if you are watching a stream, you are commenting about the stream. You know what I mean? I feel like at the end of the day, unless there is a like you know how like there's no longer like DMs on YouTube. You know what I mean? I think it's fine. And even then, think about it this way. If you say anything fucking mean, like I can see that shit, I will delete it. And you know what I mean? It's like it's just so much easier to just not deal with it as a result. So it's like there even for me, like I technically have a level of moderation that I can still use. This is why I feel weird about topics relating to NSFW while minors are on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, not necessarily like, oh, I'm always going to be like cognizant of that, but like I, for one, you know me, I generally will not talk about these types of things because it's also the thought of, hey, there's potentially someone watching right now who probably is like 17 or something, right? And even then, even if you're 17 and you're consuming like whatever, like, oh my God, I'm an adult, like, or rather like, oh my God, I engage with such like adult series, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, man. You're still like 17. I'm not going to talk about anything like super raunchy or like whatever, be like crazy NSF or anything like that, because like that's, I'm going to keep it like relatively PG for the most part. Albeit technically streams are 18 plus rated M because I swear a lot. So, hey, if you're a minor, I don't know why you're here. Be careful out there. It's insane when they're proud of it. I don't think it's a good thing. It really isn't. DMs on YouTube, haven't heard that name in years. I know, right? See, that's the thing. That's how you know if you're a real YouTube old head. Like this was like rare, like very early YouTube when YouTube saw DMs basically. Low key, adults usually don't say I'm an adult. Yeah. Star rate. Oh my God, not the star ratings. Nah, man, just grew up poor, didn't have access to the internet. No. You go to the library. You know what I mean? You go to the library and you use the computers that are there. You got to remember, there are public options, man. You go to your computer class? No. Computer class, they won't let you on YouTube. Computer class was where you had to go on the cool math games, you know? Bold of you to assume I actually had a library card. Library cards are literally free. I hate to tell you this. Library cards are literally free. Libraries are publicly accessible to you. I don't know what to say into that one. Yeah, but they expire so quick. I didn't even know library cards could expire that fast. What do you mean? They last a while, no? I literally had no access to the internet back then, guys. Lamau, I played with my neighbors. Honestly, so real of you though. If anything, that's so much better. Are internet cafes a thing in the US? Not really, ironically enough. Like internet cafes, I think are relatively like new-ish here in America, at least. They're not nearly as commonplace, but they're like sprouting up slowly. PC bongs have been popping up in SoCal, but very expensive. Yeah, like I've seen how much they cost. It is not worth it, dude. I think it was so funny when I was in the airport in Japan, though. They had like a they also had a, actually it wasn't Japan. It was a different airport, but like they had like a PC like a mini PC play like area, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was like $50 for an hour, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wait a sec. How old were you when you first had your first social media? Like 16? I wasn't a cool kid. I hate to say it. I was kind of lame. If anything, I'm still kind of lame. Fun fact. I recently, because I caught up with a lot of people from my high school. They were basically like, where are you? Because I haven't had social media in like the past like 3 years. Like I basically wiped my face, like I don't exist. So none of my old friends from high school like have any means of like actually contacting me. College friends can call me. And I have like one friend who actively is the only one who knows where I am at all times. But other than that, all of my high school friends have zero fucking clue where I am. So anytime that they need to get a hold of me, they go to my other friend who can just insta DM me anywhere. And it's so funny. So you were a nerd? Yeah. At least they remember you? Yeah, which is nice. You sound like the nerd that would get bullied in teenage coming-of-age movies. Okay, first of all, that's fucked up. Second of all, no. See, the problem here is that I may be a nerd, but the thing was, at my high school, we were all nerds. You need to remember, half of my graduating class either went to a really good state school or an Ivy League. So you can imagine how that went. We were all nerds. So no one's a winner here. Osh, thinking of 19 months. The STEM pipeline. I went to a state school, so I didn't. I could. Do you think I could afford an Ivy League? Whoa. Nerd on nerd violence is crazy. That's what I'm saying. You still have to pay for state schools? Aren't they public schools? No, not necessarily. State schools are still considered like you still pay for college. But if you are a resident of, like, if you live in a certain state and you go to a state school, you pay so for example, I would say roughly 20K less than if you were to go to like a private. For reference, like someone going to a private can be like 60, 80K. If you go to a state school, it's maybe like 40K. If you go to like a community college or like another like state school, it can maybe like 30, 20K basically. A year? No. Like full 4 years, if that makes sense. We're talking like full 4 years. Like a year is maybe like roughly like 15-ish. Education is so expensive. Yeah, dude. That's America, dude. American college is fucking expensive. If you don't have you need to have scholarships. You need to get scholarships, dog. Scholarships. So you need to have like crazy GPA, do good projects, have good connections. You get a scholarship. That's just paid. That's what I'm saying. Went the community college to uni route, and honestly, good on you, because you save a lot more. You save a lot more. I think a lot of people definitely save a lot of money on the community college pipeline. Pell Grant, awesome. Jesus. I'm kind of new. Sorry if you answered. What'd you study in college? If you're okay with answering, I was in STEM. I won't say what, but honestly, I think a lot of people already know. But I won't say what. I'll never confirm anything. If you guys ever wondered, yeah, honestly, I think it's so funny when people make like 10 million assumptions about me and I just never confirm anything. And if anything, I never will, because I think it's funny. Allegedly. Okay, Unk. Goddamn. Magic science? What can I say? Is STEM stress? Yes. Anyway, if I ever confirm anything, I didn't. Oh, I gotta run an email real quick I gotta run an email to my tax guy. 1 second. You guys can talk amongst yourself for like a little bit. Okay. Also, to this person who said Christmas Oguri early 25 or early 26, I don't know how true it is, to be honest. That's like rough estimates based on like how, like when we compare like the really sped up timeline to like, for example, like how long it took on JP to get it. I don't know how true it is, to be honest, but I mean, it's not a bad estimate. I'm more likely to pick up right now. I'm probably gonna skip. So for reference, odds are I'm probably getting Saiyan Sky. I'm probably gonna skip Narita Brian. I'm probably gonna skip Swimsuit Martinsky. I more likely am just gonna get Christmas Oguri. So I want to get digital and also Manhattan Cafe, but it's like a maybe. Don't know if I'll do Digital Dober either, so we'll see. But yeah, I think Christmas Oguri I think is the only one that I'm really like gonna like save pretty hard for. But realistically, I think it's gonna be closer within the next like 6 months for sure. Would you whale? I mean, I already did for Kita-san, but honestly, that was more for content than anything. Odds are, I don't think I'll whale if I wasn't streaming it. You know what I mean? If this wasn't like a stream thing, I probably would not be spending money on it. Yeah, like it realistically, keep in mind, like Kita-san is for the people. You know what I mean? This Kita-san is for everybody. You know? So, hey, as long as everybody enjoys Kita-san right now, good. You guys better be getting used out of this thing. It's a business expense. It's the most expensive fucking thing I've ever had. So, yeah, as long as you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, Saiyan Sky, probably. Saiyan Sky or Christmas Oguri, I think are my two main pickups from the actual like horse banners. I know that there's a couple other cards coming soon that are kind of important, but that's not going to be for a while, and then I probably won't care until when I have to, more than anything. Your level 50 Kitsan Black and A rank Oguri has helped me about the team progress. I'm trying to currently, I don't know if I want to get a three-star power or 3-star speed right now, so I'm like debating. Doppio just got a 3-star speed Daiwa Scarlet, so I've been using that one right now. But I'm trying to use that to grandparent. So, but I'm currently in the process of looping. And by the way, I don't know if people know what looping is, but basically it is to consistently roll over like and try to get good sparks on your grandparents that will trickle down into your parent legacies, and then that goes to whatever you're trying to farm up basically. So right now I'm in the process of like farming up grandparents right now, or like I'm looking for 3-star sparks on like specifically Special Week, Daiwa Scarlet, Tachyon, El Condor Pasa, and then those are going to trickle down to Vodka and Grass Wonder, and then those go into Oguri Cap after. But thankfully, because Doppio has a good Daiwa Scarlet, I'm just going to use that for now and then try to slowly loop that over. The grind is hard. It's more of a concept if you know what you're doing, or rather not if you know what you're doing. If you already know how sparks work and how you're going to effectively spark farm, then this is kind of null. But looping is something that it kind of helps you get out of that, get over the hurdle of like, oh, I don't know how to effectively farm for certain stats. You know what I mean? Know you're spark farming already? Well, I mean, because it's like I have no reason to. What is it? I personally have no incentive right now to. What's the right word? More specifically, aim for like higher ratings per se. I'm perfectly fine with just being B rank right now because I think it's still good enough to get into class 4, but once it starts becoming a point in time where it's like, okay, I'm not progressing anymore, then I'll probably come back to rating chasing. But right now it is a matter of just building up as like high of a stat base that I can right now. Spark farming now would help in the future. Exactly. Like you want to be able to do it now and early when I have the chance to. So that's kind of where I'm at. How's the paper whirl going? What whirl? Paper whirl? I don't know what we're getting at here. Oh, paperwork. I was like, what is paper whirl? I don't understand, man. Paperwork's fine. I'm currently needing to fill out like a couple more things and then we might be good. Hey guys, do you guys have any duets that you guys want to hear at some point in time? It is random. I have like a list of people. Yo, don't even joke. Lamau. Opioid duet. I wish. That is kind of funny though. Duet with Oguri Cap, please. Ooh, if only. Oh yeah, I miss Shade Duet. Hey, it's my it's my favorite cover. Duet with Travis Scott. Wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly, wobbly wiggly. Are you noting down or something? Perhaps. I'm noting down legit ones, I'll tell you that much. Ones that are feasible, I'll tell you. If it's possible, then it's like, all right, I can maybe work with this. Hold on, where'd I put this? Where'd it go? What the fuck? Hello? There it is. I'm sorry. Have you heard the pump? USA! USA! Oh my god, I'll never forget USA. Jesus. I'll never forget Da Pump Party. That shit was funny. I love Da Pump songs. They're so funny. Monkey Magic. I love Delicious by Monkey Magic, by the way. You guys have no idea how happy it made me when they sang it during Overture. It's so good. I will never forgive. Oh my god, one of the karaoke places that I like going to they have a bunch of Monkey Magic songs, but they didn't have Delicious, and I was so fucking sad because again, it is one of my favorite fucking songs. Also unrelated, I guys, the mambo has crawled back into me. Mambo, I wanna see you, mambo. I hate to say it, Tannhauser has risen in the ranks again. I'm sorry, head crushed by a mallet? Bro, I've been dying to find a way to kill time. Dude, I love that song. That shit is good. My favorite 100 gig song, bro. Money Machine. Feel so clean with the Money Machine. For rapping or singing, it's like a mix. I'm not too crazy about either, to be honest. Okay. Super Idol. Super Idol 的笑容都没你的甜. Oh my god, I haven't heard that. I haven't seen that in so long. That one ice cream Chinese song? What? God, I think that's so funny. John Cena 冰淇淋. Oh god, 大家好. It's fucking crazy, man. Lamau stop 中国早上好现在我有冰淇淋Oh god, now I'm just thinking about Delicious, man. I fucking love that song. The chorus of Delicious is just so good, man. How long have you been into K-pop? Do you know old gen or newer gen ones? I'm like in that weird cross between like old gen, new gen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just in that period where like I really like a lot of the music. If it's any solace, let's just say during the time when I was like most into K-pop was when Momoland was still around. when Momo like when Boom Boom came out, that was my peak. Oh my god, that just reminded me. So fun fact, just for reference, I used to drive a really shitty car in high school. This was like my dad's car. It was like as old as I was. It was just fucked. And the only way you could listen to music was either the radio or the CD player. You know what I mean? And I remember because my friend bought me the Momoland album that had Boom Boom on it, and that was the only thing I could listen to on my commute to high school, basically. That was like so, oh my god. That was like literally all I could listen to. It was that and the Black Dress album from CLC. That was all I got. You didn't know Bluetooth speaker and car strat? Nah. That's peak, bro. So you'll see in 2025. Yeah, that was like ages ago. Unk. Icons popular those years? Oh my god, don't say that. Don't remind me. Jesus. Not Love Scenario. I haven't heard that name in so long. Nanka furu shite ta. Ah, fuck. Sweaty. It's hot right now. Oh my god, not rhythm ta. Oh shit. You gotta hold up. Calm down. We gotta I think we gotta need to stop dating ourselves. This is ooh. This we are hold on a second. Not 4 minutes. Wait. Stop. Why are we going down memory lane? I don't know. It's kind of crazy though. Sorry, I'm still filling stuff out. So if I'm going silent, I'm focusing on something. Just shh, you know. Don't worry. I'm working on stuff right now. Still remember when Flappy Bird was the trend? What the fuck? Keep locking in. Yo, I gotta stay locked in right now, guys. Stay locked in. The forums are calling. The forums are calling. Okay, alright. Also, this didn't open. What the fuck? Do I gotta download this shit? Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Tap. What the fuck? What is happening? I look away for like 2 seconds. CN blue? What is happening? Old mobile games. Even I didn't have like that many games on my phone. Now I'm like really thinking about it. Subway Surfer 2? No, I played Missing Messenger though. That was the shit. I pretty much always played Team PC, no mobile games. Yeah, I mean, I played like during that time was just me playing Counter Strike. So I mean, I still am a Mobile Warrior. Damn. That was the Epic hit, so no one can take away that title from me. I know all iPad games. What the fuck? Then they banned all PUBG in my country. I played like a bit of PUBG when it was like, you know, when it was still free. Actually, no, not when it was free. When it was like $30. Okay. All right. What happens to your move again when you move to Japan? Do you lose access? I have to play on my JP account. So odds are if I do stream, I'll probably play my JP account if I can. If not, then I'll just have to play on my NA account. But I don't know what I'll do, to be honest. It depends. I'll probably still play, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I haven't thought about it. You still have your JP account? I do, but that's my personal account. That's the problem. Gotta start over. I'll probably start over JP just for stream, but it's gonna be kind of tough. Because I'm obviously not going to show you guys my personal JP account. Okay. I think I'll wrap up for now. I might do like a surprise member tomorrow too, maybe. I'm like thinking about it, but so if you haven't already, then the odds are there might be another member later today, quote unquote, or tomorrow, I guess you could say. Just later. I think for now, like I'm probably just gonna try and get some sleep because I'm tired as fuck and I have not slept good for like past couple days. Yeah. All right, I'll leave it at that. I will let you guys know if there's anything else like important, really. Hopefully by tomorrow night I'll finish posting that. I'll finish posting the Q2 post and then maybe like another spoiler for something. If you want to know more about what's going on, join membership. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you want to, you might as well. Okay, who did I miss anyone recently? Tiff, I think of the 19 months, or I think of the 3 months. Cat, I think of the 8 months. L, I think of the soup as well. Alright. Yeah, you want spoilers on stuff? You want to see cool stuff? Go members. Alright. I'm gonna dip. Hope you guys have a good one, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. Goodbye. Good night, good morning, good evening. Alright? Yeah. I think that's about it. Good night, everyone. Good night. Remember to lock your doors.